Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 7 English lesson on shades of meaning. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts, grade 7. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of shades of meaning. All right. So our chapter is shades of meaning. Our subject is English Language Arts, grade 7. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of shades of meaning is to describe the difference between related words as well as positive and negative connotations. All right. So when it comes to shades of meaning, right? So shades of meaning, so there's basically many words that are similar, but they have either slight or subtle differences in the meaning, right? Or in their meaning. So we have lots of words that are similar, but they have like slight to subtle differences in them in meaning, right? And the differences in meaning we can then call shades of meaning. All right. So many words are similar once again, but they have, let's say, like some differences in meaning. And we call those shades of meaning. All right. So, for example, to think of if you think about a word, right? If you specifically think about the word either acquaintance, or you think of the word friend, or you think of the word confidant, right? Then all three of those words they might seem similar, right? Because if you sometimes call someone your friend, you can somebody say, "Oh, just my acquaintance," but yet you are close as friends, right? Or somebody that you can always turn to, right? Is you call that person a confidant, right? So, like I say, all three of these words are similar, but yet they have slight differences in meanings. And we are going to find out what those differences are in meaning by looking at the definition of the words acquaintance, the definition of the word friend, and what the meaning is of the word confidant, right? Before you decide to even call somebody either your friend, your acquaintance, or a confidant, right? Because sometimes we just call any person our friend, yet they don't really have those similarities of being a friend. The same as calling somebody your confidant, but they don't, live up to the definition or the meaning of the word confidant. All right. So now we have our three words, right? Which is acquaintance, which is friend, and confidant, right? And these words are words that are basically words that are similar. But now we're going to find out what those differences in meanings are. So the word acquaintance, right? So the word acquaintance, the definition or the meaning of the word acquaintance is a person who who knows you casually. So acquaintance is a person you know only casually, right? Sometimes it is your friends at school. It is people that you randomly just met, maybe somewhere when you went to either the mall or wherever to some concert. So it's basically a person that you know only casually. It's not somebody that you can share your secrets with. It's not someone that you will constantly hang out with. So that is basically just an acquaintance. Then we have a friend, right? Somebody who you call your friend. And somebody who you call your friend is it's a person that is very close to you. So it's somebody that you have a close, positive relationship with. Y'all go to the malls together. From time to time, you do sleepovers. You do quite a lot of things together. It is somebody that you personally know and that you have a positive relationship with. Somebody that you would defend in front of others that are talking about that person. You have that person's back, and that is your friend. And then we have a confidant, right? Confidant, confident. And this is someone that is this is also a close friend, but this one is an especially close friend. And this one you share your secrets with. This one you can really like share your deep down things with. Somebody you can cry to, somebody who you feel won't judge you, right? Someone you can share your deepest, darkest things with. If there's family problems, you know this person is not going to be telling anybody else. This person will genuinely have your back. This person genuinely has your best interest at heart. And this we call a confidant, right? So if we look at all three of these words, these are all three of these words means that you know the person. It means that you're in contact with the person. It means that you're casually talking to this person, to these people, right? Which is an acquaintance, a friend, or confidant. But an acquaintance is just a person that you know casually. A friend is somebody that you personally know, that you are very close with. You have a close, positive relationship with that person or people. And a confidant is somebody that you're extremely close with, right? An especially very close friend. And this is somebody that you share your secrets with, and someone that you feel like is trustworthy and reliable, right? So once again, before we go on to A plus students.ca, right, many words are similar, like acquaintance, friend, and confidant, but they have slight differences in meaning, which we have just realized and we just went over. What we literally went over what the differences are in meaning of these three words. And we call the differences in meaning shades of meaning, right? So now we're going to A plus students.ca, where we are going to find out more about the different shades of meanings. All right. And we said our chapter is shades of meaning. And the lessons that we are focusing on is to describe the difference between related words. So we're going to describe the difference between related words. And we said many words are similar, but they have subtle differences in meaning. And we can think of these words as shades of meaning. And we specifically went over words like acquaintance, friend, and confidant, right? And we literally went over what the differences in meanings are between those words. And I even made a few examples of who to call an acquaintance, who to call a friend, and who to actually call a confidant. So even at school, right? Somebody that you are just chilling with or talking with from time to time, you don't necessarily have to call that person your friend, because not everybody is our friends, right? It's not everybody that we have a close, positive relationship with. So some people you can just call an acquaintance, a friend of a friend, a distant friend, right? But a friend is somebody that is very close to you, that has a positive relationship with you, which means that this person is not going to speak behind your back. This person is going to protect you when you are not there. And a confidant is not definitely somebody who you know you trust wholeheartedly. This is a very close friend that you can share your secrets with, right? Somebody who genuinely have your back and vice versa. That is a confidant, right? And the words acquaintance, friend, and confidant, they all name relationships between people, right? But they each suggest a different type of relationship with people. Some is close and some is not close. And when you write, then you need to consider the different shades of meaning between these words, right? And if you need to choose words that is more describe and descriptive, right? For example, like a confidant instead of a friend, that can help you to express your ideas more clearly and accurately, right? So you need to know who to call an acquaintance, who to call a friend, who to call a confidant. All right. So now the next one says, this one activity or question says, which word shows a lack of faith in someone? So if you have a lack of faith in someone, right, then it means that a lack of faith in someone might dislike or distrust the same person, but dislike refers especially to a lack of liking or affection, while distrust shows a lack of trust or faith. So the distrust allows a lack of faith in someone, right? So do you see the difference between dislike and distrust? Dislike is when you don't like somebody, right? I don't really like this person. I don't really have an affection towards this person. Distrust means I don't trust you. I'm showing a lack of trust towards you, meaning I don't trust you. So which means that if we were to show whatever that shows a lack of faith in someone is distrusting, because I don't trust you, maybe because of past action, right? So that might show then a lack of faith in someone. Distrusting someone, not disliking, distrusting someone. Which word is more negative? A word that is more negative is it to abandon or to leave. Abandon or to leave. We need to now find out which word is more negative. So the word abandon, it suggests purpose neglect. So it means the word abandon suggests purposeful neglect. You did it on purpose. You just up and left without saying anything. That can be things and it can be people, right? For example, someone might abandon a broken down truck. Someone might abandon you as a person also. Then we have the word leave. Leave is more neutral, right? And it can be used in a wider range of contexts. Because remember, if I'm leaving, like goodbye, see you, I'm leaving. That is the one word leave. Leave can also mean, okay, like we are breaking up this friendship and I'm leaving. But leave is like more like we say a wider range. It depends on the context of the leaving. Because you can either leave a room, right? You can leave the classroom, you can leave the house, you can maybe leave something somewhere, and that can sometimes be it doesn't have to be intentionally. But with abandonment, right, it's like you purposefully neglected that thing. So which means that abandon is more negative than to leave something or someone, which would suggest that someone is sneaky. Someone is sneaky. So the words cunning, and then we have the words wise. So the words cunning and the words wise suggest that someone is intelligent. Cunning and wise suggest that someone is intelligent. So remember, both of these words, cunning as well as wise, suggest that someone is intelligent. But the word cunning It suggests that someone is using intelligence in a sly and sneaky way, right? So, which means that someone that is more sneaky is somebody that is cunning. So, someone who's cunning is someone that is more sneaky. All right, so now we're going to our test where we're going to describe the difference between related words. So we need to say which word is more argumentative. It's like we're going to be having an argument about it. Is it a response to something or someone, or a retort? A response to someone or something, or a retort? Which one is more argumentative? And remember, response is where somebody either asked you something or they said something and you're just giving a response, right? Whereas a retort is when you say something in, it's like you're making a remark, but typically in an angry, sharpish. It's like you're making the remark in a manner that is kind of rude or witty. It's like you're insulting, kind of. So, do we say that something that is more argumentative is it a response or is it a retort? So, something that is more argumentative, we can say it's a retort. Because if somebody gives you a response that is in an angry, rude way, then we're going to have an argument about it, right? So, retort is correct. Which is more official? Official, is it an association or a group? Which is more official? An association or a group? Something that is more official. An association or a group. All right, let's say an association is more official. 'Cause remember, we can start groups, we can end groups, we can shift things around, then we can say, let's rotate, mix up the groups, right? But an association is something that is more formal and official, whether it is for a shorter period, a longer period, or so on. Which word means something will always be living? Is it something that is alive or immortal, that will always be living? Always. Is that immortal or alive? Something that will always be living. It does not die. It lives forever and ever and ever. All right, and if we were to choose the correct one, we would say something that is immortal. Immortality. It's like it lives, will be living forever. But alive, it's like we're alive now, right? Any day can be our death or judgment day. Which would suggest someone is sneaky? Is it someone that is cunning or someone that is wise, that is sneaky? So, someone that is sneaky, is it someone that is wise? All right. So, if we were to suggest someone being sneaky, remember we said that both cunning as well as wise means that someone is intelligent, but cunning is somebody that is using their intelligence in a more sneaky, slyish way, right? So they're using the intelligence in a more slyish, sneaky way. So that is cunning. All right. So which word do you think shows a lack of affection for someone? A lack of affection for someone. Is it distrust or dislike? A lack of affection towards someone. All right. So if you show a lack of affection towards someone, then we can say you don't dislike that person. It's either there's a lack of liking to the person or a lack of affection. Distrust is when I don't trust you, you're not being honest, right? All right, so which word refers to a person's shape? Is it the posture of a person or how a person is built? The posture of a person or how the person is built. All right, so the shape is basically how someone is built, right? Your posture is how you're standing, how you sit, right? All right. Now we're going on to the next lesson, which is positive or negative connotation. So, positive or negative connotation. So, we have denotation and we have connotation, right? And denotation is the literal meaning of a word that can be found in a dictionary, right? And then we have connotation is the feeling or idea that goes along with a word. So the feeling or idea that goes with a or along with a word. So we say that many words with similar denotations, right, have different connotations. So words with similar denotations have different connotations. For example, think about the word frugal and miserly, right? So the word frugal and the word miserly. Both of these words they denote tending to save money, right? But when it comes to the word frugal, frugal has a more positive connotation and it suggests a person is careful with their money, while miserly has a more negative connotation and suggests a person is either cheap or a person is stingy. So, miserly means that you're cheap and stingy, and that is why you're saving money. It's not like you're saving money because you just want to, it's just that you don't want to share with nobody. So that is why you always have money, buy cheap things, right? And then we have the word frugal. That is more of a positive connotation that suggests that someone is working very carefully with his or her money. So frugal as well as miserly, it suggests or it denotes tending to save money, tending or trying to save money. All right. And then we have the words um and then when it comes also to, let's say, denotations and connotations, right? To make appropriate word choices, you need to consider more than just the word's denotation, right? Because choosing a specific word with a different connotation, it can then convey the same kind of information while creating a different mood or tone. It's the same as like we're saying with frugal as well as with miserly, right? Both shows that one wants to save money, right? Or they're tending to save money. It's just that when it comes to, we see the information can be, the mood or the tone can be different, which means that when it comes to frugal, right, it is basically where you are like really saying, like, okay, now I'm being careful with my money because I really want to save, right? Whereas miserly, on the other hand, right, is more of a negative tone because you are a stingy person and a very cheap person, right? So, to make appropriate word choices, you need to consider more than just the word's denotation. Because choosing a word with a different connotation, right, can convey the same kind of information while creating a different mood or a tone. All right. So now it says which phrase has a more negative connotation, right? And it says that a company spoils has more negative connotation, right? Because spoils and profit, they both denote material gains. However, when it comes to spoils, spoils suggest things of value that were unfairly taken from others, while profit suggests that money that was earned. Remember, profits is where we have our expenses, we have our income, we minus whatever, And then all of the other monies that we have left, extra monies that we made after all of those, that is our profits. It is money that we have earned because we worked hard, not profit that you get because of the spoils or the ruins or things that was unfairly taken from others. All right. So, which means that a company's spoils has a more negative connotation, right? Because it is things that were taken unfairly from others in order to make a profit, in order for your gain. Whereas profit has a more positive connotation because it is money that was earned because y'all worked hard. All right, now we're going to look at the next one where we're going to say whether it is a positive connotation or whether it is a negative connotation. So a stench, right? A stench. Stench is like it's almost like a smell. So a stench is like a smell. What is a smell? So it says that we need to say which one has a negative connotation. Is it an odor or a stench? And a stench has a more negative connotation. And the reason why it has a more negative connotation, because when it comes to both the words stench and odor, right? Both of these words, they denote or they mean smell, right? Both of these words mean smell, whereas stench, it suggests an unpleasant smell, right? And cause your odor smells is just like your normal, either you are smelling because you did some sports or something of the sort, right? But stench is like a very bad and unpleasant smell. All right, so now we're going to say which one has a positive connotation. A positive connotation. Is it a chuckle or a sneaker? Or sneaker? A chuckle has a more positive connotation, right? It's like a that type of laugh. So there's a chuckle, and that has a more positive connotation, right? And you say a chuckle and a sneaker both denote short, quiet laughter. However, a chuckle is more friendly, while a sneaker is mean and spirit disrespectful. It's like, you know, like something sneaky is about to happen. So that is more of a sneaker type of laughter, quiet laughter. Right? So now we're going on to our test where we're going to say which words is more positive or which word is more negative. All right. So which phrase has a more positive connotation? Is it a cowardly leader or a prudent leader? So a cowardly leader or a prudent leader. that has a positive connotation. Someone that is more cowardly or somebody that is more prudent, a leader. A prudent leader is somebody that is either acting with care or someone that we can say shows care towards, let's say, others, right? And then we have a coward leader, right? It's like where you show a lack of care or a lack of courage, right? You're doing unpleasant and dangerous things. That is the difference between those two. So if we were to select the phrase with a more positive connotation, we would say a prudent leader, someone who shows care, right? Which phrase has a more negative connotation? A phrase that has a more negative connotation. Negative. Is it scrutinizing someone's outfit or studying one's outfit? Is it when you're scrutinizing someone's outfit or studying someone's outfit? If you're scrutinizing someone's outfit, right? Then it means that you are, it's like, what's the word? It's like you're examining someone's outfit thoroughly. It's like, no, or yes, right? Whereas when you are studying someone's outfit, right? Then studying is totally different to scrutinizing. Because studying someone's outfit is more like saying like, oh, okay, I like the way you look, I like the way you dress, right? And then you realize, oh, this is the type of dress code that this person is going for. That is studying, where scrutinizing is like you're deep looking into that outfit and you are either ticking yes or ticking no, right? All right, so that is now the end of our lesson on shades of meanings, right? And we said shades of meanings is also to do with related words as well as positive or negative connotations. Shades of meanings can also mean words that can mean the same, but they like similar meanings, but they have, or similar words, but different in meanings or slight difference in meaning. And we call those shades of meanings. And then we also have positive and negative connotations where we can have two words which might mean the same thing, but one can mean more in a slyish way, right? One can mean more in a negative way, or one can be meant in a positive way of doing things. We made an example of cunning and wise. Both means intelligent, but cunning has a more negative connotation to that word because it means that you're using your intelligence in a slyish and cunning or negative or sneaky way. All right, so that is the end of our lesson on shades of meaning. Thank you very much, grade 7, for joining the class. And I really hope that you're going to have a good evening further.